Okay, so I'm walking in front of this girl, right? We like kind of know each other, but not really. We met like 1 day ago. And this corridor is really tight, right? So I'm walking in front of her and she's like right behind me. And out of nowhere, I hear her say, "Hey Tondo, you have a really confident walk." And she was like kind of giggling as she said this, and I said, "Thank you." And believe it or not, this wasn't even the first compliment that I had gotten on it. I'd say it's probably the highest compliment starter that I have, my walk. And you may think this is just in a vacuum, but it's not. You see, I believe that what people notice about you first, whenever you meet them, whenever you're with them, it's always the walk. And if you can master that, or at least present it in a good way, the person would have a way, way better first impression of you than, I don't know, if you were, okay, we'll get into it. So, how did I do this? Because obviously I didn't always have this walk. I wish it was something I just had from birth. No, it's actually something that I learned from my time modeling, you could say, being a runway model. Now, okay, I know this sounds very odd, but yeah, I did some shows in the past, and obviously the teacher there, he required us, he was strict about it. When we walk, then we need to have like, a confident aura, You know the thing, you've probably seen it before. You have to be walking straight, you have to have your shoulders like swaying or your hips swaying if you're a woman, and you need to make sure you're looking straight ahead, confidently. Your head isn't like going down. Like, can you imagine like a runway model with his head like kind of slouched down as he's walking? Like, that would look ridiculous. And I know this all seems very weird, but stay with me on this. So I learned all these things through trial and error. And I also watched some YouTube videos on it so that I could be better prepared for these like runway events. And from there, it kind of became ingrained in me that, oh yeah, this is just how you walk. And so I started just walking like this in my everyday life. And as I did that, as I lifted my head up, I noticed just how many guys don't do this. And I know you may also think that why even bother? It's not gonna make that much of a difference. Like, dude, be real with you. What do you have to lose from walking a bit more confidently? Nothing. Don't even lie. You have nothing to lose, okay? And everything to gain, especially with new people that you meet. If you're walking confidently, they'll probably just subconsciously think, okay, so this guy must have something to be confident about. And it doesn't matter if you actually feel confident or not, because, part of social skills is how you present yourself. So if you're presenting yourself, might as well do it good or, more confident than you really are. Like, why would you purposely choose to make yourself look less confident? That's stupid. But that's a little rant of mine. Anyway, I don't know what I was going with this. And by the way, if you want any help with this stuff to be social or whatever like that, then just shoot me a text on Instagram if you want my opinion on what you could be doing better. Text something like curtains. Yeah, okay, curtains. Put that and I'll know you want to help. Anyway, most guys don't do this though. If you've actually noticed, like if you lift your head up, most guys walk with their head almost constantly tilted downwards and with their shoulders like slumped down as well. And I don't think this is necessarily like because they're sad or something like that, although I think a lot of them are. But it's mainly just because it's kind of become the default for us. Like, walking upright is just kind of odd, at first anyway. But the problem with this is that they're forgettable. Most guys that do this just blend into the crowd of people, Everybody's got their head down, usually looking at their phone, probably at their hands in their pockets, and it just looks so NPC like, I guess. And now picture oh my word, I had like a, what's it, like a Porky Pig moment there, like, oh, hey, okay, let me try that again. Imagine a runway model walking. Would they have their head slumped over? No, of course not. That would look absolutely foolish. Nobody would come to see that show. Would they have their hands in their pockets? They may, but it would be maybe having them, wait, let me demonstrate this. Like, may have it like, kind of like this, I guess, or like to the side or something like that. I don't know. But like, they wouldn't just have their hands hiding in their pockets. They would purposely be putting them there. Same thing with like eye contact. They would be looking straight ahead because obviously they need to make sure that they're not like looking down, looking at the other people. And would they do this by, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that sentence. That's what they would be doing. And I know your immediate thought is that, Tondo, I'm not a model. I'm not gonna walk like a model. Like, that would just be embarrassing. You need to understand, you don't need to be a model to walk like this. Because it's just about belief, about confidence. I know that sounds like wishy-washy, but truly, you don't have to be perfect. You just need to feel like you own the room. And there's a lot of evidence, I believe, that the way that you move your body often influences your mind. Like, for example, when you're excited, then your body is really energetic and that can make you more excited. And let's say that if you're feeling tired, then your mind will probably think, oh yeah, maybe I should go to sleep. Same thing. I think if you move your body more confidently, then your mind will think, oh yeah, well, we are a confident guy, you know? But like, how actually do you do this? Well, I believe it's quite simple. Basically, just let your shoulders sway a bit as you're walking. I think there's a scene from American Psycho that has an example of that, where you can see his shoulders kind of shifting as he's walking, as well as obviously keeping your eyes straight ahead. And most importantly is that, well, okay, no, not most importantly. This is just what I do. I like to keep one hand in my pocket and the other one slightly swaying, not like full on like moving from side to side, but just kind of bouncing, you know? And if you're worried that people are going to like laugh at you or to point it out, trust me, I've been doing this for like over a few years now, and I have never, ever gotten a diss on it. I've only ever gotten compliments. Even the girls that I kind of said it was a bit odd. Well, first of all, I don't care. I mean, what do I care what they think? But second of all, it's just because I think that, pretty sure they meant it in a teasing way. So the idea that, well, people are gonna be like, why are you so confident? Like, it's a lie. No one's gonna think that because again, everyone is so wrapped up in their own meaningless dribble. They're not gonna care if you change the way that you walk a bit, And this probably isn't going to make people that you already know and like they already know you think of you slightly differently because, first impressions really are everything. But for new people just walking down the street, they will think you are way, way more just confident, attractive, you have a better aura than the version of you that has his head slumped over with his hands in his pockets. So take that for what you will. I literally practiced in front of a mirror, like I was doing the walk back and forth in my head just to see how it looked like. And obviously, you don't need to do this. Like, I genuinely don't think that walking a bit more confidently is something you need to practice per se, although you should do it as much as possible just so that it becomes a habit, which is what you want. Like for me, I don't usually think about it. Sometimes actually, okay, like Moskov moment. Sometimes I do like almost like unconsciously tilt my head down, but I do remember, oh yeah, no, that's not what I do. And I know you, the guy watching this, that in this community, we all do this, okay? This is what we're going to do. That's a law I'm setting. You, every day now, need to walk head up, shoulders swaying, and just that. Head up, shoulders swaying, head up, shoulders swaying. You can have your hands in your pockets, but I recommend just one or none. So head up, shoulders swaying, one or no hands in pockets, okay? That's the law I'm setting right now. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. And remember, take action, learn from failure.